be here to share what I have learned in terms of essential technology for online teaching. So the following is what I found very useful hardware and software setup. So for the hardware setup, it's obvious you need a powerful computer, 2-in-1, because you need a pen to write on the screen as if it's writing on the whiteboard in the real classroom. And the computer has to be powerful enough so it doesn't freeze on you. So I find i7 16 gig for the RAM is the minimal that you would need. And you also need a solid internet connection, which can only be provided by Ethernet. And the Wi-Fi is just going to cut it. And also a decent docking station to connect multiple devices, such as the good quality microphone and a webcam, in addition to many monitors. So these are required, and they all need to be sitting on something. A standing desk is my preference because a regular desk sitting down teaching for hours at a time, it doesn't seem to be right. So that's why I got a standing desk. And software setup, mainly just two sides, right? You need a proper video conference, and you also need a presentation software. So video conference platform is typically provided by your institution, such as Zoom, such as Microsoft Teams. In my case, is BlueJeans. Presentation platforms, you have choices. So we're going to look at this later. So now looking at the monitors. So myself, I have 2 additional monitors on top of my laptop. So you can see they're all very useful because for the laptop itself, I have the shared screen with students using BlueJeans, which allow me to write on it. So I like to use an annotation from the BlueJeans, so this way it doesn't disturb anything on the PowerPoint. But I also like it open as a presenter view, so I can see what's ahead. If any little notes I wrote for myself, I need to remember to tell students. That is where I look for. And on my left, did you see this big circle behind it? You can see is the chat room, so I can monitor what students have any comments or question during the class lecture they can ask, so I can keep on it. So you kind of needed all those monitors open all the time. I know it's a lot of work, but that is make it more efficient, right? So that's what I find. And in addition to the monitors, the other thing I find is also essential is the sound effect. Is you need quite decent microphone. I personally use a Blue Yeti X. It looks something like this. So you can see the front, it has the light, tells you the volume. The back, it gives you one of the 4 choices. For online lecture, I chose the cardioid mode because it allows the sound recorded right in this direction. So any other sound kind of filtered out. So that's the reason I choose that. So a standing desk is also very essential because it kind of gives you a sense of classroom setting, right? So I consider that almost like a lectern where you're standing in front of the students and you teach them. So sitting in a desk, it just doesn't seem to be working for me. So that's what I use for standing desk. Guess who else like? Riley, he loves my voice. Always just right underneath my foot and fall asleep. So that's him. And lastly, in terms of presentation platform, the presentation platform, most people, I think, would use the PowerPoint, which I occasionally do use them. But what I found the most convenient one, or rather useful one for teaching chemistry, where you can draw freehand, is using OneNote as a backdrop and a class notebook as a delivery notes to students. So that's what I use. So here's an example. I took the sound out because when I was recording this earlier, it have the sound really kind of jarring, so and also sped up by about 3 times. So you can see this is what I tried to drawing for a cyclohexane 2 different chairs, right, using the color. So you could get the colors at the top, different color you choose from, and of course everything can be recorded, and also the notes itself, instead of saving the PDF, you just deliver directly into class notebook so students will get it. So that's my talk today, and you enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.